Are you advocating for stealing? I love theft. I'm such a fan of theft, dude. Like the type of theft I hate is obviously wage theft, for example, which of course not only goes unnoticed or will be considered a norm. Software piracy is the type of theft that I'm always an advocate for. I'm like openly an advocate for stealing software and IP. I hate IP laws. I hate copyright. Always steal copyright. Always steal IP. Piracy is incredibly good. It's literally the reason why the internet was created. Microsoft, anyone that tries to gatekeep that shit, anyone that stands in the way of open source software. Software is supposed to be open. The internet is supposed to be for piracy. The internet is supposed to be for at the behest of everyone and improve everyone's lives. And it should, and it still is, but Web 3.0 or whatever the is actually going to probably make it worse. Open source equals stealing? No, I'm saying everything should be open source. And it's really, really silly that it's not. And it's very frustrating that it's not. Like OBS is my favorite program on the planet. It has made millions of people's lives better. Every single person uses OBS. Can you imagine a world in which like someone tried to safeguard OBS? Someone tried to slap IP on OBS? Like, holy shit, dude. Have you donated to OBS devs? Yes, I have. Yeah, Wikipedia is another one. Wikipedia is a beautiful, I mean, it's run by freaks, but those freaks keep the Wikipedia world going, you know, and it's a wonderful process. Wikipedia is communism. What's your take on pirating movies? Incredibly good. What do you mean? The Web 3.0 combo. Let's get back to Gnome. Gnome, of course, says if it's a matter of, you know, death or survival, then we're lost because it's not going to happen. He wants to strengthen what exists. This is where he's like, this is where him and Varoufakis align, where they believe that you know, the global partnerships like EU could be used for good, a concept that I also agree on, by the way. This is what actually separates me from the rest of the MLs and the rest of like the podcast boys and girls that I love, is that I do see a positive EU for good. Yikes. Yeah, no, I know. Currently, it does not. That kind of international collaboration is absolutely a necessity. Like, it's just a real thing. It is absolutely a fucking necessity.
Source,
it's just that it's, of course, not going to work in a you know, bourgeois capitalist government that is operating for the interests of the bourgeois, the material interests of the bourgeois, rather than the workers. Dude, I was having a fucking Instagram DM debate about someone that I know who's like, oh, I just found out that like Einstein did this like cool thing, and I was like, you know, and she fucking hates socialism, and I was like, you know, Einstein was a socialist, and she was like, no, he wasn't. I'm like, really? Actually, I'm gonna read this fucking combo. Hold on, I'm gonna read this combo that we had. It was pretty funny. It's like the dumbest fucking conversation. I don't know why people fucking argue with me on shit like this. It's so stupid sometimes. I said Einstein was a socialist. She said in the 1800s. Lol. I know you live to argue, but this was a bust, okay? Hassle. And then I said socialism in the 1800s. Einstein literally wrote about why he's a socialist in 1949, Lamau. He was born in the late 1800s. I said, Google why socialism, Einstein. He didn't live through all the wars and countries already experiencing socialism and communism. You're rich off spewing socialism to poor people who give you money on Twitch. Sell your house, distribute the wealth. Being a socialist isn't a personality trait, and neither is being a gym bro. Haha, okay, I'm being a bitch. I'll stop because if you get mean to me, I'll cry. Okay, bye. I said he literally lived through World War II and wrote why socialism while the USSR was around. I think he knows better than both of us. And then I just went into like, I don't know why people fantasize about poor people giving me money. I'm an entertainment who covers the news. I play video games. People voluntarily give me money even though all the content is free. I own my own means of production and exploit no one. She said you can still distribute the wealth. That's socialism. And then, you know, we went into like the whole, it's not a poverty cult and it's not about wealth distribution, not that it matters. And then she basically said that the government should not exist. She's an anarcho-capitalist. No, it's not Grimes. Is this fun for you? Sometimes. You got to stop DMing Ben Shapiro back even if he sends you thirst traps. Ew. Anyway. Hey, if you like this video, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any future videos.